Hi everyone. How you doing? It's been almost 2 months. About 6 weeks, I guess, since I last put out a video. It's February 25th here, and I have been busy, I tell you what. The exterior of the ship, it's done. Very exciting. I've been very busy on it and numerous other things, and let's take a look at it, shall we? You've already seen it in the intro, but let's give it a sort of a graceful zoom out pan around type thing, and you can kind of just take it in here. Now, I have kind of had a running joke here since I started working on this ship months ago that I didn't have a name for it, and as you may have gathered from the title, I finally do. Sadly, right after I named it, the individual I named it after passed away. Jelly, the cat, modeled after Good Time with Scars cat, passed away in January. Very sad news. Very, very sad to hear it. But I decided to keep the name because Jelly is part of the game, and you know, it's a sad thing, but lots of good memories. Scars got a great video, just saying, hey, thanks for everything over the years. She had a good life, and he was proud that she's part of the community, and so I'm proud to name my ship after her, even though at this point it is posthumously. To that end, I have my incredulity symbol on the flag up here, but I added, ooh, look at that, that was pretty. I added a second flag with jelly on it, as you can see. So, there you go. Numerous other things have changed, as you saw just a second ago. I have a new skybox. It does neat things like there's different clouds and stars, and I've noticed you can see Saturn and Jupiter. There might be other planets, I just haven't picked them out because I've been, you know, busy building my ship. I did a lot in the last six weeks. This was several weekends and evenings getting all this together. What really slowed me down was the cells. The rigging I did in a single weekend, but the cells, every time I started to work on them, I would just get sleepy. So I would turn on the computer, work on them for like a half hour, and then I'd just go lay down and crash. But I do have some footage of what I've been up to the last few weeks. One of those things is, if you may remember, 3 of our villagers disappeared and I replaced them, and I got some footage I'll show you now through time lapse, which is an hour and a half of footage. I'm going to condense as much as possible just to replace these villagers, and I'm going to show you what it takes. But I'm going to speed it way up. On second thought, let's not do that. Sped up at a rate of 20 times, it was still almost 7 minutes long. Let's move on. For example, I have some new horses. You won't believe what happened, but I'm going to tell you anyway. they're quite loud. That's how dead horses sound when they neigh and whinny. Anyway, I was up here, or rather, I was down here, and above me hadn't been built yet. When all of a sudden, bloop, I was knocked off the side by what sounded like an arrow, and I thought, well, that's weird. Apparently what had happened was a skeleton trap had appeared right there. So I killed all 4 skeletons, I saved all 4 horses, and then a creeper came over the side and killed one of the horses. And then, as I was getting them into my cabin, you know, the captain's cabin, I happened to look down there. Right about where that cow is. And I saw another skeleton trap. So I did it again. And that time I got all 4 horses. And as I was wrangling all those, because, you know, that's what you do with horses, is you wrangle them. Yep. I saw another skeleton horse down there underneath the dock. And I thought, well, I don't think I missed one, but yeah, I guess I'll go and go get it. It was a 3rd skeleton trap. I had 3 skeleton traps all together. And I think I got either 10 or 11 of the horses. I think I got 10 of the 12. So that's how those horses came to be. But they're really, really loud. And I'm moving them out of my cabin soon because it's annoying. But I know what you want to see. You want a tour of the ship. Let's do that. We could just start down here, sort of where the video began. I added some, oops, I didn't mean to jump all the way down, but I added some lily pads. I'm going to add some sea pickles too. Maybe even some coral and another fire to stand on. That'll be nice. Yeah, I think they look nice. And let's get back up here. I'm gonna edit my way back to the top. We did it. So anyway, one comes up the deck or the dock, whichever you prefer. The pier, if that's the nomenclature you'd like to go with. You come up here, and here you are. And you'll find that's typically the case wherever you go. That's where you are. You can come up here and look around. Here's the, I believe, the bow of the ship. Yeah, that's me, just, you know, this is what it's like to be captain, standing on the bow of your ship, looking over, surveying all that is yours, you know. Probably put some ladders so I can get up there without flying, you know, because we discussed very beginning of the season how I still want to be able to walk everywhere, even though I'm not going to walk everywhere, because I can fly. Well, glide. The interior is almost completely empty. That's going to be an ongoing project that lasts as long as I play on this server, probably. This here is something I'll show you momentarily. This down here is where I've been growing trees to I was growing the deck as I was building it, basically. Here's my beacon. If you see the status effects up in the top corner by the mini-map, they're coming from here. I had to off-center it because of that sail there, but that's okay. I have the beacon beams turned off. When you have as many as I intend to have, it's going to be overwhelming with them off. And I cleverly disguise them as cargo. Yes, my beacon cargo. During World War II, some top secret things that were shipped, I believe that were related to the Manhattan Project, were labeled as General MacArthur's toiletries. much like we're concealing the beacon here. And we'll connect all this up with some stairs and stuff. We don't need them, but they'll look nice because, you know, we got the beacon status effect, so we can jump high. I'm going to put all sorts of bobs and bits in. There's going to be storage and farms, like a potion brewing area. I'm pointing there. I'm not saying it's going there, but that's where a place, you know, it could. I don't know yet. We'll see. And I want to be able to get to lots of different parts of the ship from lots of other parts of the ship. I want it to be very interconnected and easy to navigate on the ship, since you can't navigate with the ship because this is Minecraft and stuff doesn't move, you know, for the most part. Up here, the beacon effect tends to run out, so I'll probably put another beacon back behind there. This light here is just because if I don't have it, mobs spawn. I'm gonna come up with a better solution. Maybe do something like that right there, but across from there to the mast. Let's go check out our cabin. Well, my cabin, but you can come. And I guess I should explain what you're about to hear. Check this out. You saw it at the beginning of the video. Oh dear, what is that? Yeah, that is triggered by the pressure plates, which also shut the door behind me, or open it on this side. I used some note blocks and some other blocks to make that happen. The tune you're hearing is a note block rendition of the tune that Davy Jones plays and his music box plays, sort of his theme in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's also the tune that I use on my alarm on my phone to wake me up every day. But you can see its workings down here. So the pressure plate is on these blocks here and these here, because it does it on both doors. Pressure plate activates this redstone, which then goes through these repeaters and then hits the note blocks, and the notes that are played are affected by the blocks under it. So I used ice and amethyst. I don't remember which is which, but one's sort of a piano and one's sort of a bell or a harp type thing. Whatever we heard, that's the sound I liked the best, that I thought best emulated what you hear in the movie. But yeah, the signal just travels down here. The repeaters exist to delay the signal just slightly so the timing is right. It goes up here, and then it circles, or this is Minecraft, there's no circles, it squares around here. And it just so happened, I didn't plan it this way, but it fit perfectly. I would have had to go down, because you can't have a block on top of a note block or they don't work. I would have had to go down here if the song were any longer. And then I'll have this connected better and more safely and whatnot. I'll show you another little interesting tidbit of the build. So you may remember I built a number of farms, in particular the gold farm and the piglin barter farm, so I could get a lot of these materials, namely the black stone and the red nether brick. And the red nether brick, I calculated I would need 8 shulker boxes. And I used 8 shulker boxes minus 2 1/4 stack. So I did my math pretty well, I think. To give you an idea of the resources needed for this project, here's the materials list from the schematic I used in Lightmatica. I used almost 23,000 polished blackstone bricks, over 16,000 red nether bricks, over 13,000 dark oak planks, and if you skip down to dark oak fences, those all use dark oak planks as well, so it's probably closer to 25,000 dark oak planks, almost 10,000 oak planks, and the list goes on. In smaller and smaller amounts, but it definitely was a grind to get all this stuff, and then once I acquired it, just assembling it. But just to give you an idea. Total items is 271,566. We have another thing that I really like, but I have to tweak it some more. It's a resource pack. Fresh animations. Some people may be familiar with this. I found it's not playing well with one of my other mods in regards to how it renders things that are far away. But it makes the animals really, really cute. The villagers and monsters too. Look at that. Look at that. Dandelion and Lily. We'll let them walk around a little bit and you can see the animations are I think far superior to the default animations. If we can get them to walk a little bit, you'll see even more. There you go. Yeah, that's just fun. Bring some life to the game. Let's shreep and then I'll show it to you on some more aminals. You guys stay here. Yeah, we moved them from the monument we've been living in. Don't worry until it's still there. In fact, we can go visit her. There's Attila. Hi, Attila. And you can see it even affects how the guardians kind of swim around. You can kind of see them there in the water doing their thing. The animations, you can kind of make them out there a little better. But it really shines with the villagers. Their noses flop around, their eyebrows even move. Oh, there you can see him. He's got his eyebrow raised. There you go. They roll their eyes. The golems walk around with a little more life in them. And the cats, they lick their paws. Do other cat things. And here's some mushroom cows and a brown mushroom. I think I actually made him with my channeling trident. The dolphins swim even more gracefully. The fish flop about rather. More fish-like. These buoys here I put in because we actually had a near tragedy. Lightning struck somewhere right over here and burned a quarter of the deck away. Well, maybe not that much, but a lot. I burned this thing up and here to the cannons. It burned a lot of the deck up. So what I did is I got a bunch of lightning rods and I put them on these buoys down here. So they will attract the lightning from now on and our ship should be safe. From lightning strikes and from fire. And I put a little lichen there to just make them glow on the bottom because I thought it looked neat. The lichen is also how we're lighting up our cells and a lot of other things. I still need to light up some pieces down here. But we're getting there. Still want to do some things like this isn't connected to anything. There's no way to get here but to fly. I want to make some sort of way to get back here, and I'll need to light up parts of this better because the mobs are spawning on it somewhat. Well, here's something I'm toying with. Some barrels here as railing. I thought it looked neat. I do like the lantern in the back. I thought I might show that off a little bit better. Yeah, it's a nice lantern. I like our flag. Our flag means, seriously? There's our jelly flag. But I think you now should have a pretty good idea of what the ship is about. All right, so that's the ship. I guess you want to know what most people would want to know, what I would want to know. What's next? Well, I'll tell you. I have a few things in mind. So yes, let's talk about what's next. We have a couple important dates coming up in my personal Minecraft history. In less than a month, it's our 1-year anniversary on this server, and I'm thinking I might just do a walk around and reminisce type thing and just sort of showcase the builds we've done, which haven't been large in number, but rather large in size. And we might just kind of go through those and then talk about the future, which is going to be threefold. I want to have fuel for my beacon farm. If you remember, we kill the wither in the end under the portal. But wither heads are hard to come by. We don't have a farm for that. And I want a farm for that. But that requires very, very intense and heavy mining for the one I want to do. So we're going to need a lot of shulker boxes. So I need a shulker farm. But the shulker farm I want to build requires a lot of wool. So I'm going to need to finally build a wool farm. And I got so hung up on this ship, it just took me forever to do. I think instead I might have all three of those projects going at once. Sort of like I had my trees growing in the ship in order to build the ship with the products from the trees. I might do a similar thing with all three of those farms. But yeah, that's the plan for upcoming. Also, my 10-year anniversary on Minecraft is April 23rd. So I'm thinking I might do something special for that, but I'm going to keep that under wraps for now, but be on the lookout for it. And that's going to wrap it up, my friends. I thank you for watching. I'm just going to fade out into the sunset here with some shaders on, looking at some of the prettier footage we have of the ship and the island we've come to call home. Until next time, you've been wonderful, and I've been Captain Incredulous.